Hi guys, it's Richi this side, and I have Sagnik and Sayan with me here today, and they want to be acknowledged as football nuts. So it's pretty obvious that we're talking about football today. India is very much ready to dive into World Cup qualifiers now, and it's just around the corner. First, I'll start with how you guys doing though? How's pandemic treating? Let's start with Sagnik.
It's been the same, I think, for everyone. Everyone's stuck at home, right? So nothing much to do. Just looking forward to India's matches this week.
How's pandemic treating you, Sayan?
Pretty much the same, basically. So yeah, India's match tonight is going to be awesome. Been waiting for it for a long time. It's going to be an important month for football fans altogether, with the Euros also coming up. So yeah,
Okay, so we'll just directly dive into the conversation. And as India is also all set to dive into the World Cup qualifiers, I'll start with my very first question. The captain Sunil Chhetri is back in action. He's back in the squad. What do you guys think about it? I'll start with Sam. What do you think about Sunil Chhetri back in the squad?
so Sunil Chetri's presence always lends a little bit of more credibility to the Indian lineup's performances. So it's not just about the experience; it's also about that calming presence in the field. So that was obviously lacking when we played the two friendlies earlier this year against Oman and UAE. We saw Manveer play up front, but he did a great job. But even then, Sunil Chetri's just mere presence, it allows India to play a different style, a different way altogether. He brings others into play. He is intelligent enough to pick a good pass. He does all of those things. So having Chetri is always a plus, a huge plus.
What do you think, Samson?
Sunil is our captain, leader, legend, right? And without a captain, any team is blindsided. So that's what happened in the last two friendlies, I think, where we created a lot of chances, but we weren't able to score. But with Sunil's goal scoring prowess, he has scored so many goals for club and country. And even at this age, he is performing. Like last season of ISL, he performed well. He was among the top Indian scorers. So yeah, all those things factor in whenever he's in the team, and all the young players, they have someone to look up to. They have someone they can draw inspiration from. So having Chetri is definitely a big boost, and I think it will help India procure better results in these upcoming three fixtures.
Match is just around the corner, so we'll like focus upon what could be the possible lineup today, including like there are a lot of youngsters. What do you think could be the possible lineup? Sagnik.
See, last time when we faced Qatar, Gurpreet had a brilliant match in the goal, like inside his goal post. So I would go with Gurpreet, but then again, a few other keepers have had good domestic seasons in the ISL and in the AFC Champions League. So his spot might be contested to an extent. But I hope it's either Gurpreet or Amrinder. In defense, since it's a big match and since Igor Stimac is hopefully done with his experimentations, we'll see the set pair like Sandesh Jhingan along with Pritam Kotal and maybe Shubhashish on the left back or Akash Mishra maybe. And in midfield, we need a stability because Raulin is out again injured. So I think Glenn Martins, who played really well for FC Goa in the AFC Champions League, he should get the nod ahead. And alongside him, of course, there's Apuya, who played brilliantly for Northeast through the ISL season and in the two friendlies also. He is the 20-year-old. He's just 20, but he's shown that composure already. So he should start. The third midfielder should be Anirudh Thapa because he has been there for quite some time now and he has made a place. Up front, I think Vipin Singh, Chetri and Manvir Singh. These are my top three.
Yeah, do you agree with him, Ryan?
Yeah, I agree with most of his choices. I think as good as Gurpreet is, I think Amrinder will get a nod ahead of him in goal. I have a feeling. Besides that, I also Martin should start. He has had a brilliant AFC Champions League campaign for FC Goa and also did well in the ISL. Also, one more change from Shagnik's team, I think, will be there is that of Ashik Kurunian in place of Bipin on the left because Igor Stima has a tendency to prefer Ashik over others because of his left-footedness. So I think that might be the case tonight as well. Manveer on the right, Sunil Chhetri up front. Yeah, the rest of them mostly pick themselves. Also, Anirudh Thapa is a good shout, but there's a chance that Brandon might be played. Although I think that won't happen because I think Igor will go with a defensive setup at least from the beginning. He might come on later. off the bench.
Okay, great. So I'm happy as long as Sandesh is playing. Anyway, moving on to next question. What do you think? I mean, what kind of expectations do you have? So when I say expectations, quote unquote, realistic expectations, what kind of realistic expectations do you guys have from the team? Cyan, what do you think?
So we drew against Qatar, right, in September 2019. That was a fantastic result. As Shagnik mentioned, Gurpreet had a great match. But I still feel that even managing a point tonight would be a very, very difficult task, because this Qatar team has been playing since March. They've played 3-4 games. They've dominated all of them almost, and we haven't had that much practice. So getting a draw will be a mighty big effort from the boys, but I'm hoping something like that might happen. Also, the other 2 games against Bangladesh and Afghanistan, I think we should be looking at those to get full points from. So realistic expectations, it's a little tricky to answer that question, but I think we should get at least 6 points, because Bangladesh and Afghanistan are both beatable. So yeah, around 6 points, and if we are very lucky, 7, including the one tonight.
Okay. What do you think, Sagnik? 6 points.
Yeah, I agree with Shayan that we should be looking for 6 points, especially 2 wins from Bangladesh and Afghanistan, because those are the 2 matches that we can really dominate the opposition. Last time, what happened, I think, is we were not like the Indian players. They did not have the proper domestic season. They were not coming on the back of a domestic season. They were coming on the back of an off season. They were not playing together for a while, and they just had to go on and play international matches. That is always a tough thing to do. This time they have a solid 6 months of domestic football behind them, where all the players have stayed in bio bubble and played matches on a regular basis. Then some of those players even went on to play in the AC Champions League, so they have more recent match practice, if you can call that. So all those things should help India in putting up better performances, and beating Bangladesh honestly should not be an issue for us, because come on, it's Bangladesh in football. So and
we thought the same last time also, Shagnik. Didn't turn out well.
True. True, but this time, as I said, things are different, and my hopes are always high. So that is there. For Qatar, I think it's going to be difficult. Last time we were able to take out a draw in their own backyard, but this time I think Qatar will come in all guns blazing. They will have revenge on their mind, because their pride was somewhat dented last time, because they are the reigning Asian champions, and then India went there. India, very low ranked team, they went there and they beat them. So all those things, and they'll be playing in the World Cup next time in 2022. So all those things, they will be looking for revenge, and they will be coming at us full blow. So I don't think that we can get a draw. If we get a draw, if I'm proven wrong, no one would be more happy. That much I can say.
Coming to the last question, I was wondering, so there are discussions about Asian Cup as well, right? So even if India qualifies for this cup, do you think it's worth, or maybe it will be enough for CMAC to stay beyond September? Sayan, what do you think?
So, judging the Indian national team coach's performance over a period of time is difficult, because we tend to play a lot of matches against lowly oppositions. That has been the case with Igor's match as well. Moreover, the results haven't really come under him. I think we won just 1 game under him till now. So it's a little tricky to analyze that. But I think overall, if I watch how the team has been playing for the past couple of years, I agree that the past year has been difficult. It has been stop-start for many people, including the national team and their preparations. But even then, I feel the group of players that we have right now, they are one of the best bunches we've had in probably the last 10-15 years. I think the talent is there. There are a lot of youngsters coming through the ranks, and I don't think that the performances have reflected the quality that we actually have. So considering all of that, I don't really think Igor's match is going to get a longer run beyond September, even if we qualify for the AFC Asian Cup. In my opinion, he should.
Right. What about you, Sakri? Do you agree with what Sayan is saying?
I partly agree, because when Stimoch was brought in, he was brought in with a specific, philosophy. Like, he will set a new standard to Indian football. He'll get Indian football to new heights. And what he has tried to do is he has tried to force his own philosophy on the Indian players, which don't really go with Indian style of football. Like the Indian players, they don't have the tactical awareness. Very honestly, growing up, they in the grassroots level, the coaches don't really focus on the tactical part. So what Steamers is trying to do is enforce those tactical things and start the play from the back, like build up from the back, and then keep hold of the ball, keep possession, and then create your chances as you move up the pitch. But that is the kind of thing. For that kind of thing, the entire team needs to be in sync. The entire team needs to know of every tactical. They have to have the tactical awareness, and they have to make the runs at the right time. And that is where I think the Indians lack a little bit, and that is where Stimach has failed, or like in my opinion, that is where he has come short. And then again, the results are not there. As Shayan said, he has had only one win in all his matches so far for the like coaching the Indian national team. So especially when India lost to Bangladesh last year, so that is when we realized that okay, something is going wrong, right? So even if, as Shayan said, even if we qualify for the Asian Cup, I don't see too much future with us for a long time. But then again, let's see. It's the federation who takes the final call, and maybe we'll see a surprise. Who knows?
If you guys liked our podcast and want to get more updates regarding the Indian football and the sports in India, do not forget to like,
share,
and subscribe the bridge.